Well, it seems like there's some new drama in the NBA happening every other week, like the recent tape leak. But here's the surprising thing. A lot of people think the leak wasn't an accident at all. Now we've heard our fair share of conspiracy theories, but this may be the craziest one yet. A lot of people seem to think that the videotape of Poole getting decked was leaked on purpose. But then you have to wonder, what could the Warriors stand to gain from releasing something like that? Well, Gilbert Arenas had a bit of an opinion to share. Arenas put forward some pretty hard-to-deny points. He talked about how this would make Green the perfect scapegoat. But first, a reminder about our brand new giveaway. We're giving away a PS5 with a copy of NBA 2022 and Madden 22. All you have to do is watch the full video, leave a like, comment the keyword hidden in the video, and make sure you're subscribed. It's that simple.
So if the video came out, right, someone wanted it to be seen.
Still not following? Let me explain. See, it's obvious that Poole is the new face of the Warriors. With Steph nearing retirement and Green reaching the same milestone, it's time to look toward the future. That, combined with the fact that Green's salary might be a little too much for the Warriors, makes a darn good case for why they might want to incriminate Draymond. The more you think about it, the more it makes sense.
Quite frankly, I don't hide from anything. I own my mistakes. And to go sit on my podcast would be not taking questions.
One thing's for sure, the Warriors are pretty smart for pulling this off. You might be sitting there and wondering to yourself, was framing one of their players the best move here? Green is, after all, one of the biggest names the Warriors have to offer.
Does on a nightly basis to put you in position to win. Puts himself in position for the offensive boards. Doesn't put it back down.
So with that in mind, you have to ask yourself, why would they do such a thing? Well, this is where things get really interesting because of these two factors, money and budgets. Yeah, by making Draymond look like the bad guy, they can have a good excuse for not having to re-sign him next season.
Your worry is always that you have that hangover. And quite frankly, you're not certain that you don't have the hangover only after 2 practices, but
according to the latest updates, Poole signed a huge extension with the Warriors. This will allow him to stick with the team for another 4 years. Green, on the other hand, was offered no such thing. This means that while he'll get paid his salary for this season and the next, he'll be hitting the free agents market very soon. Now that might sound like a great opportunity for a lot of weaker teams.
Hands up. Look at that. He had his eye on the ball the whole time. Beautiful.
At the same time, is the perfect way for the Warriors to get rid of a very expensive player, who they might feel isn't worth the money anymore. Though, what even happened that led to this massive controversy? Well, things got out of hand during training. Now, this wasn't that big of a deal, if you ask me. It was blown way out of proportion. Then again, as I said before, it makes sense why the Warriors would want to do such a thing.
All right, yeah, so I'll start in regards to the Draymond situation. He apologized and professional.
See, Poole and Draymond disagreed with each other during training. Things got a bit too escalated, and Green ended up decking Poole and dropping him. Turns out the management didn't take too kindly to Green dropping their new golden boy and decided to take severe action against him. As the story progressed, a videotape of the incident was also leaked. That's how most people found out about the incident in the first place. The magic of Twitter astounds me sometimes. Green had a bit of a mixed reaction at first. Some people thought that he'd lost his cool for no reason, while others thought that he was awesome for punching Poole. In the end, Green got suspended and had to pay a fine, while Poole managed to get off scot-free. It's safe to say that they haven't been on the best terms since.
I had a couple months off, traveled a little bit, worked out a little bit. Tried to relax a little bit because it's a long season, but...
Oh, and if you thought this was the end of it, think again, because Poole even dissed Green during an interview recently. Okay, so he didn't just come out and diss him, he just didn't mention him when talking about the game. Considering that Green scored a double-double, that raised a few eyebrows. Now Poole has cemented himself as the new golden boy.
See if the Warriors can get separation first, string some stops together. Poole off that Looney screen, the little Milwaukee mind meld.
With Curry out of the picture for a while now, Poole has been getting his game on. The Warriors have been able to get back on their feet as well. They finally managed to get up to a record of 500. Seeing how they were playing at the start of the season, this is huge to say the least.
2 men jumping Steph smartly. Deep 3. He made it! He is superhuman!
Now, when asked about the game in a post-match interview, Poole went ahead and shouted at virtually every teammate except for Green. Now, normally this wouldn't be that big of a deal. However, seeing what was going on between them, it became obvious that this was some sort of a diss on Green. I don't know whether to regard this whole thing as childish or what. Still though, it was a pretty cold move on Poole's part. Now, you're probably wondering the same thing as I am. Can this issue ever be sorted out?
We had a really good team last year, mixing our vets with some new guys. We got a little bit of a different team, but being able to just...
Alright, I'll be honest, I haven't seen something like this made into this big of an issue for a while now. However, the two players seem pretty aggravated with each other. Now, with all the conspiracy theories floating around, it isn't helping resolve the tension within the squad. From the looks of things, there's only one conclusion to draw here. That is that Green is slowly losing his place within the squad. The man isn't as respected as he used to be. The management isn't doing him any favors either. The way they're pushing Poole to the front while slowly dragging him back will only continue to allow tensions to rise until something finally gives.
They're all mending, so hopefully the Warriors will get some size coming around as Poole. There's the talent and skill.
Like I said before, I think that the Warriors want outrage. It'll help them build up hype for their games, while also giving them the perfect excuse to not re-sign Draymond Green. Whoever came up with this idea is a genius. From what I can tell, it doesn't seem like this is an issue that can be solved anytime soon. The best we can hope for at this point is a clean exit for Draymond, though the big question still has not been answered yet. Was the tape actually leaked on purpose?
With the event yesterday, with the video leaking, there is a huge embarrassment that comes with that, not only for myself.
Well, if you look at all the points I've presented so far, everything points toward the fact that yes, it was leaked on purpose. Now, I'm not trying to be biased here, but this sounds like the most financially sound decision for the Warriors right now. I mean, think about it. This way, they get to push a new hero onto their merchandise and simultaneously get to kick the oldies off the roster. The best part is the management doesn't need to do any of the heavy lifting. All they have to do is sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. It's a pretty genius plan if you ask me. It's foolproof, and they get to make a ton of money while they do nothing. I mean, what could be better than that?
My general view of the future here is I'm here this year trying to win a championship. I have a contract that ranges through next year.
Sure, it's sad to think about the fact that they're treating one of their legends like this, but from what I can tell, when it comes to business, not much can be done about that. While this may seem shady, it's the best way to move forward with the next generation of talent they have on the roster. Sure, Poole is being a bit disrespectful, but if the higher-ups aren't prepared to stop him, then who will? Fans can try and clown Poole all they want. The simple fact is that the Warriors are taking what they got and turning it into a win for the franchise. Now, if they have to scorn one of their players to accomplish it, then who cares? Sure, you and I can get offended, but at the end of the day, there's not much we can do except wait and see what happens. And that was everything on the Poole vs. Green videotape being leaked on purpose. See you in the next video.